Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for another very special edition of Diary of a Double, the year-long journey of Antonio Argüelles, now 61, but he will be 62 years old when he attempts a 67-kilometer double crossing of the English Channel when he will swim from England to France and France to England. Welcome, Antonio.
Hi, Steven. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, wherever you're seeing and watching us. Another week 18, Steven.
Yes, and it was a hard one. Your goal was 20 kilometers or 8 hours, whichever is first, in a very famous river
Yes,
in Mexico.
yes. It was the river was called Las Estacas, and I was gonna go to LA, and remember I told you, and then we were gonna meet in La Jolla. You and I. The last time you said you were gonna swim with me at least 2 hours, and
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, next time in January I'm gonna be there. We're gonna swim for 1 hour, and hopefully, but because of COVID, I couldn't go. I decided not to go to travel. I mean, everybody has been asking people to, the government's not to travel, so I didn't want to be the one doing it. So I didn't go to La Jolla, and on Thursday I went to Las Estacas, which is this river that it's about 45 minutes away from Mexico City, and it's every month I go there one time, one weekend, and we usually swim between 3 and now 7 hours. The most I've swum there is 12 hours at one point in my life. It's a beautiful river, and I don't know if you want me to go over what happened that day.
Yes, yes, please. This is a great this. So far you've done 18 weeks, and this is by far the longest. And
Yes.
first explain what your plan was, and then what you actually did as you're showing the photos.
Well, what happened is that since I was going to be in La Jolla, we like to go in and out and then rest. So we're going to do 4 hours from 6 to 10 o'clock, then rest 3 hours, then swim 2 hours from 3 to 5, from one to three, then rest 2 hours from 5 to 7. That was the original plan, to be there and the whole day, because that's we're going to do. We're going to be doing in the ocean. Um, so the day before we traveled to Las Estacas, because otherwise I would have to have woken up at 3 o'clock, and they have a hotel there. So we drove the day before. I have to say I put my katsu 5 times, so
Yes,
that helped.
perfect,
I slept.
perfect.
I slept. I slept like a baby. I've been having trouble sleeping, and when we started the next day, I really felt good. And it's one of the days that sometimes happens, Stephen, when you feel you're with the flow.
Yes.
Nothing distracts you. My mind never got distracted. I totally forgot about all my work problems and the end of the year. And what is really interesting is that I felt very strong, which I hadn't felt in a long time. So as the swim progressed, I changed the workout.
Okay.
Um, and I talked to Rafa and I said, I'm gonna go. First, we started with 4 hours. Then I said 5. When I got to 4, I said 6. When I got to 5, I said 7. So we just went for 7 straight hours,
Wow.
which was tough. It was
And
tough.
so to remind people, first you're swimming 1 kilometer downstream and then 1 kilometer upstream, correct?
Yeah, we have three courses. The longest one is 1.4 down,
Uh-huh.
then 1.4 up.
Okay.
The problem with this one is that over here at the end of the river, it's very much narrower, so the current is very hard. So getting out of there, it's very, very complicated. The second one is 1 kilometer, and then you go up, and have a third one, which is 500 meters and 500 meters.
Got it.
This one, 500 and 500 meters, we use it to go at R4, like to really go above your cruising pace, and then to come down. And the 1 kilometer we use it a lot for changing paces when we come up. So I do 1 minute at one pace and then 2 minutes in another pace recovery. and then the long one is just massive, suffering for 35 minutes against the current.
Uh, uh. So you have photos of the
Yeah, let me show it to you
okay.
and our audience. So I woke up at about 4:30 in the morning, and usually when I wake up, I drink coffee, and I do qigong, and I do some mental exercises to think what's gonna happen during the day. And as you can see, Rafa is a person from warm weather because it wasn't that cold outside. But Rafa, you had to have his hat. So this is about 5:45 in the morning.
Okay.
So we do these stretches. Um, this is one that I love because my lower back just Rafa sort of cracks it, and this is really interesting because the days that I'm really stiff, Rafa can when we do these exercises, he can see how my body is functioning.
Okay.
And that day, what he said is, you're very relaxed, and this one hurts.
Oh.
And one thing we do is we do rubber bands always before we go into the water. It's 5 or 6 exercises, and here what I'm doing is I'm just basically, putting in my mind what's going to happen and really concentrating. This is for my shoulders, and then here's where we start.
Oh wow.
This is probably after the second, or probably about the second hour, because the sun is going up, and as you can see, the water is really clear. And next week, hopefully, we'll have a video for our audience of the swim with with the drones. But I just got some pictures here.
Right.
So you see where where the trees are. When you're going up, the current is coming on your right side of the screen.
Okay.
The current is going down. So this curve, it's really tough.
Oh.
It's really that's a really tough one, and you come from below, and then you cross. That crossing is complicated, and this is how it looks.
Oh wow.
You see the bridge between the two palm trees on your left, upper left.
Yeah.
Okay, that bridge is very important for our workouts because I go all the way to the bridge, and depending on the workout, I go 75, 100, or 150 meters against the current.
Wow.
So in our training, it's a very important. When I hear from Rafa, we're going to be doing our bridges today, I say, shit, what's going to happen? I mean, and for that day,
now,
I was.
This photo, is it with a drone or is Rafa in a helicopter?
No, it's with a drone. I have a friend of mine she's the one who did the video of the double Catalina.
Okay.
Her name is Maria Paula, and she's a photographer that is an underwater photographer. So next week I'll put some of her pictures of underwater. But she's also the first. She got the first license, the first woman that has a license for drones in Mexico.
Oh wow.
And so she has a lot of mountain of the Popocatépetl, and she's a photographer without frontiers. So she goes all over the world taking pictures.
Oh wow.
And she's the one who did the picture of the back cover of the book.
Okay.
So here's that, and then the bad thing when you look at these pictures that you see your position in the water is not that good. But well, that we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
And this is Rafa. You can see Rafa there.
Okay. How deep is the water?
It goes from about 1.5 meters, and whereas the deepest should be around 5 meters.
Okay.
But
And
usually,
can you see the bottom?
Yeah, you see the bottom all the time.
Wow.
And they have little fishes. Yeah, the owners are very conscious about the ecological impact. So,
Okay.
for example, you can't bring any plastic in any cell phone.
Okay.
And this is our new addition to the team. This is where the river starts.
Okay.
That's my dragon.
Got it.
Next week we'll have all the characters, but that's the dragon appeared this time, and that's where the river starts. And this is how much I swam.
Okay. So you swam 7 hours and 22 minutes and 1 second, and you were 3 meters from 20 kilometers.
I thought I had the 20 kilometers, and for some reason when I stopped my watch, that I'm not going in, and to do the 3 meters.
Yeah.
And the 722, it's counting my stops. Usually we take about 45 seconds.
Okay.
And we stop every hour. We don't do stop half an hour like I do in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it says you burned 5,378 calories. Were you hungry at the end?
No.
No. Okay,
No.
good.
I was drinking my Axel gel.
Okay.
And I got really hungry until next morning. I had something to eat after when I was in Las Tacas, and then when I got home, I had some dinner. But the whole idea of about my feeding is that I don't feel hungry and that I don't feel tired.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And here is my postcard, wishing everybody. And these are the other characters. See, the parrot is Don Julian. He used to be a pirate in his previous life. And then the seal here is called Marina, and that's I found that in La Jolla. And this is me, the Pirata Toño, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the treasure. So that's hopefully when we come back from France, we'll find the treasure somewhere on Shakespeare Bay.
Great. And you are so next week we'll see the video, and then you'll also take a well-deserved sort of rest.
Yeah.
And can you explain that?
Yeah. What Rafa has told me or has taught me is that taking a rest is as important as working out. So after the 24th, we're gonna take 10 days, and I will do one day. I will walk, or I don't run that much anymore. I basically just do hard walking for an hour and a half, 2 hours. If I want to go biking, I haven't been on my bike in the streets, and since Mexico went again on a lockdown yesterday, so the cities, we're in a lockdown until January 10th. And so I'll be able to take my bike and go to the National University and do my bike an hour. And then on the third day, I'm gonna go and swim in Cuernavaca at a pool that I'm allowed to swim there, because all the pools in Mexico City are closed again. Everything is closed. Yes, like the lockdown we had in March. Yeah, a lot of my friends are very frustrated because remember the pool that sometimes I put pictures, the 50-meter pool closed. They closed it yesterday. So lane 6, all my friends from lane 6, they were very upset. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But next week I'll have hopefully I'll have the video of the swim, and people can see how beautiful it is and what we do.
Okay, great. Well, have a Merry Christmas next week, and excellent job. 7 hours and 22 minutes.
Thank you, Steven. Feliz Navidad a todos, and we'll see each other next Saturday.
Yes. Okay, bye.